For this project, we had to build a ride-on vehicle. The footprint had to be 3 by 5 and it had to have a contained propulsion system. We needed a device that would lift a ball and carry it without hands. There needed to be 5 digitally fabricated parts for the ball and or the vehicle.
Are strong and the wheels are strong. They're like firmly attached to the bottom of the.
I will ask my dad if he has a random
pivoting
I think that's
chair.
chair.
So like once we pick it up, this
There's a battery left.
you know,
I know too.
So we have some initial ideas for our ride-on ball carrier vehicle. So we are going to use a big board and wheels, almost like a wheelchair, so that we're going to use manpower to move it forward. But we're going to go to the hardware store and see what we can find, see what materials we'll need.
You know it turns well.
Yeah.
Really, we gotta keep like from here to here. This has all gotta stay. I think.
I'd like to
Realistically,
make our
it's
life-
gonna be way easier if we do that. And I think too, what you were saying about it, you know,
We have to get a
it
different
going
tire.
back. We leave like this much like room. That's just like 6.
Cut out a window.
Yeah, I gotta get it off first.
Yeah.
Theoretically with the angle grinder. And then put a bolt through it and do it like that.
So this is a prototype of our grabber to pick up the ball, and we modeled it after a hand. And so how it works is you pull down on the strings and the fingers bend so it grabs the ball and can pick it up.
This is like moving, so this is rotating, and so are these. So we need this to either stay still so the wheels can move by
On the
themselves.
problem is with these triangles. These down in here.
Like this is still moving.
You need to like press down and pull up.
So a problem that we had was both the axle and the wheel were both spinning. So what we had to do was we had to either stop the wheel from spinning or the axle. So what we did was we kind of used this flexible material and a clamp to, I guess, wedge it so that the axle wouldn't spin.
We were just doing a little bit of math to figure out the angle that we need to cut our steel pipe on our frame. So we had to figure out the tangent using like our opposite over adjacent.
Okay, so these pieces we digitally fabricated on the 3D printer to act as like joints for our arms, so that they would, when there's a string that goes through each of them, and when the string is pulled, it will curl the it'll curl.
It's not like that. This is here. Yeah, so I'll make 2.
attaching device, I 3D printed these little hoops, and since I was having trouble getting them to stay in and like not move around a lot, I put the rubber band around them so it will stay in, but it will like move just a little bit.
Basically, I'm scuffing up this part of the rod right here so that when I apply the Gorilla Glue, I can slip the wheel in and it'll expand so that it will stay sturdy, in which we'll have our axle system.
So we build the axles onto the frame of it, but since the axles are kind of far apart from each other, there's a little bit of tension. So like when you put weight on it, kind of you feel the tension. So what we need to do is kind of put a brace on the axles to make sure it doesn't bend anymore.
Build a device that was able to grab the foam ball. So we laser cut the wood and we used the pins, which we hot glued down for free flow, for motion, free motion.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount these two right here. This is gonna go into here, and we're gonna super glue it in there so it stays firm. And then right now, this hole's not big enough, but when it is, we'll just put it through, and then we'll attach the rope to it, the end of it, and then when we turn it, it'll kind of wind in and wind out the rope.
We digitally fabricated these braces so that when we're pulling on the system, it doesn't, so it like supports it.
Designing right now is basically a pedal that we're going to mount to the front, and I just kind of threw this together real quick. And so to make this motor turn on, we have to bridge a connection. So we're just going to break that connection and have one of the wires attached to this as basically kind of a ground, and then the other wire attached to a piece of metal that's going to come across here, and it'll be springed so that it sits like this, and when you push it, it creates the contact, thus closing the circuit.
So we have a new design for our grabber because our other one wasn't working very well. So this one uses a mouse trap.
Tested our car and there was too much tension in the middle, so we're adding 2 more braces.
Alright, well actually no, this one has all of the bolts. This one doesn't. That is
We need 2 for this.
realistically we probably get rid of it. We need at least one more.
Basically, I made these 2 pedals out of pipe and wood and using rubber bands as the grip. But one problem we're kind of facing right now is whether the pipe is too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to experiment with the different lengths and we're just going to see which works best.
We need to do a quick last minute repair on our pedal because the Gorilla Glue is broken off and the pedal is actually moving within the axle, which means that this whole thing will not spin. So we're just gonna add a little bit. And it'll be good.
Encountered this last minute problem of our wheel, the wood that we use to hold on this gear, because of the tension of the two pieces being pulled together has like cracked. So that's loosened our whole thing. We're gonna have to come up with something to re-strengthen.